Marketing. What marketing strategies do I need to put into place? Right. Again, that goes along with your generating revenue. Right. Because without clients or customers, you're not in business. If you're not making money, you're not in business. So what are those marketing strategies? Do they work? Have you tested them? Have you refined your messages? Again, we have software and applications and AI that will allow to reduce some of the man labor time, but it'll provide you a more greater time to dive into oversight, providing oversight, making sure everything is running smoothly, but also tweaking it and improving it and improving and improving and improving, right? Because every business will get pressure test, stress test, some sort of a test. It can be financial, which is the bottom line. They can be people tested. It could be customer tested, client tested. So there's a lot of tests that we don't see over the horizon. And so I had the great experience of being part of the Durham, the Greater Durham Black Chamber of Commerce. Let me get my words together here. We had a Black Business Month for August, and there was some great representation of small business owners around. I met a lot of great people, and their questions and their challenges and pain points were very, very, it's all basic stuff that we feel as individuals, and they were all looking for solutions. So we provided programs and webinars and in-person meets and all kinds of resources, introduced people to people. It was such a great month of just business camaraderie. The impact that people have on each other and the work that people are doing for the community, in the community, for the customers and clients, especially for the youth. Because at this age, with this gray hair, we're doing it for the youth, right? We're doing it for legacy, whether it's family or for strangers. We have to pave a way where we develop our community of business infrastructure and not be gatekeepers of information, right? So we can continuously move this thing forward. So, all right, I'll go back. I'll relax a little bit. So it's important that we ask these questions and seek out the answers so they can what? Be implemented. Correct. I'm glad somebody said that. Implementation. That's key. Is implementation. You try it doesn't work, there's a problem that can be fixed. There's a solution for that problem, right? Now, no one said this is going to be easy. Let me not make it seem like it's easy. It's not easy. It's difficult. It's challenging. But the word impossible means I'm possible. I am possible, right? Here's another saying. What's hard you do first, right? What's hard you do first, and the rest will follow. Or what's hard you do first, and it'll take just a little bit more time to complete. So the easy things you can get out of the way. All right, so let's move on. Tax preparation. We all know about tax preparation. We all come to those moments where anxiety is high. Tax year is coming. Right now, we're coming up on the extensions that were done for April, for September 15th, October 15th. We're coming up on that. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of answers that's going to be looked for from our clients or anyone, right? So make sure you have everything in line so you can go ahead and file your taxes. You got to have some books, business owners. Make sure you got some books. It's not about the reactive. It's about proactive. How can we be proactive? I think we spend too much time in the reactive space. Hence why I'm having this conversation today. There's a lot of people. I just did a discussion. When I say discussion, I mean it's um, an evaluation, a couple of analysis on some businesses that needed some funding, and they didn't have any books, or they were doing it themselves on spreadsheets, and the information just wasn't lining up. Um, and that's a big thing. I don't want to go too much into funding. I don't do funding. We don't do funding here. We have relationships with funding sources. But again, having books is going to be very, very important. But it's also important for tax preparation as well. We don't want to leave money on the table, especially the way that laws go up and down and change. We're in a cycle of elections coming up. Things will change. And how does it affect you as a business owner? I'll let you do that homework there. Strategic planning for the year. Even though you're in Q4, you're planning for what the end of the year looks like, right? You still need to have a plan for 2025. So what is that? Right? Let's talk about it real quick. I got some things pulled up here. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick. Right? Bear with me. Let's talk about it. There we go. What are your key financial indicators, right? So that's the process of your financial analysis, right? Where your statements are a starting point. And I'm going to hold right there. That leads into your business control systems, right? When you heard me talking about systems, software, applications, implementation, what systems? We have a thing called internal controls, right? From what system works into what. I'm going somewhere here. Kind of just throwing a lot of information at everyone. But I feel as though that someone will grab a hold of something and it'll motivate them and propel them. Give them maybe a bright light and say, "Oh, I didn't think about that. Let me take a look." Right. So your financial indicators is a plus, right? You can put that in a box and deal with that as what those indicators are: cash in, cash out, expenses in, expenses out. So those are some financial indicators, not all. I won't go into too much detail. Don't want to bore you guys too much. But establish your guidelines. It's another one. Take care of the money coming into your business and take care of the money going out of your business. But how do you do that? How do you do that? How do you take care of the money coming in? How do you take care of the money coming out? Basic questions. But it's important. It's important. Simple questions, but it's important. Again, I repeat, for those that maybe are just logging on now or watching this after the fact, we overlook the simple questions. We overlook the simple things because we want a bigger impact, but we won't take on and check off the box for the simplest things within the business. Not easy, but it's important. Not fun yet, but it's important. There's a higher ceiling from starting a business, from being the technician in the business. You're great at what you do. Whether you're great at what you do, you were inspired to do it, you were put in a situation to start a business because of the atmosphere in the world. We had COVID. A lot of businesses started during COVID. A lot of businesses. We're in North Carolina. North Carolina alone, last year I think it was something like 82,000 businesses were started within a year and a half. $60-something% don't have accounting and bookkeeping in place.